Here he talks about the elites and the actual structure of the system that they set up, how they run the world. And this is really relevant to today because this Milner-Fabian socialist group is really what's the model for today's technocratic inner shadow government. He talks about what he calls the Cecil block, and this goes back to diamond magnate Cecil Rhodes, who set up the Rhodes Roundtable Circles, or the Roundtable Group. He set up the Rhodes scholarships. If you've heard of Rhodes Scholars, those are people who are basically recruited into this circle. And the way that works is that they don't have to know about everything that's going on in the inner party. And so we have people like Lord Balfour, we have Arnold Toynbee, we have the H.G. Wellses, the Bertrand Russells, all part of this superstructure that we're discussing. And they're recruited out of Oxford, Cambridge, Eton, and then eventually recruited out of the Eastern Seaboard elite universities in the United States. And that would be places like Harvard and Yale. This is where we get Skull and Bones being the basis for the OSS and the CIA recruitment structure. Then later, of course, Wall Street becomes where these people are recruited from. And the idea is that they would create a world socialist order along the lines of Fabian socialism. And this was the planning of the Royal Institute for International Affairs, again, coming out of these Rhodes Roundtable groups, also working together with Lord Rothschild, who created a lot of these structures that Rhodes would use. In other words, the British South Africa Company, that's modeled on some of these banking and corporate structures that he learned from other individuals. They came up with a plan to utilize a structure similar to secret societies. And it's not Jesuits that run this, but they wanted to use the structure of the Jesuits to create what they called the Society of the Elect. This was Cecil Rhodes's idea for how to have an inner party of a few people, 12, 13, kind of modeled after the apostles. And then outside of that, they talked about an outer party, which would be the Society of Helpers, they called it. The people in the Society of Helpers would be people in the academic structure, people recruited in from business and other places that wouldn't really know the full plan. But they did come up with a plan to then, as they said, infiltrate education, media, and politics, which was their triple point plan in Fabian socialism at that stage in history prior to the World War II establishment of the United Nations. So even though this plan failed, and that would be Lord Curtis, Lord Curzon, Lord Balfour, all of these individuals involved in this early phase, the plan to bring the United States back under the dominion of this shadow British Empire.